Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. So, today we're going to be, well, first off, welcome to everybody. Hello, appreciate you chiming in. Make sure everybody chime in where they from and all that good stuff. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with me on the different platforms and whatnot. But, so, today we're going to be going through some settings here on the ToneX series software and pedal. What's going on? Appreciate you chiming in. No worries, we'll get there. You know, one thing I learned is we don't focus on how many people there. We focus on getting the message across to the people that's there. So I think that you guys are just as important as me having thousands of people on here at once. So, you know, I appreciate you hanging out with me. But, so, we just trying out. We're going to go through very quickly. I only got about maybe 40 minutes, half an hour. But we're going to go through the stomps on the these new stomps that are in the signature bass collection of the ToneX series pedals. You know, but I do appreciate that. I do appreciate about the views. I do, definitely do. But we're going to start with the Fulltone OCD. And what you're actually listening to is my actual iPhone. One of the beautiful things about if you get the signature ToneX bass collection, or you get the actual pedal, their new signature bass pedal, you'll have access to not only these stomps and the different amp boxes and everything else, different amp models, you will have access to it on your phone, your iPad, and your laptop for your recording software, which is amazing. So, you know, and then we can come over here to the different parameters. We can change different things. And this is literally from my iPhone. You're looking at an HDMI out of my iPhone. As you can hear, the latency ain't even that bad. And I am using the X-Sonic X-Tone Pro. So, and you can reduce that gain. Say you don't want as much. did I just do? Okay. Here we go. Right, and so say you got a noise gate here as well. You can always use your noise gate and release. Use a compressor. You can have it pre or post. So say I wanted it pre, I could have it there. Let's put it on 0. Long attack. All right, and then you also got like reverb on here as well. So literally you got that, and then you got your EQ over here if you wanted to add some bottom. You can take that reverb off if you wanted more compression. Right? And you can have this completely set so like that. And now you got your noise gate on there. What's going on over on Twitch? Appreciate you chiming in. Appreciate you hanging out. Everybody on all the different platforms. Appreciate all of y'all. Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, all you guys. Kick as well. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all follow me on all the social media platforms. I need you. But yeah, and all this, again, is from my iPhone. This is my iPhone you're listening to. This is my iPhone with an audio interface, the X-Tone Pro. You know, it's got the external foot switches. And if you get a software like a, what is this? The AUM mixer, I believe it is. That allows me to mix different apps together. And I can pretty much have a virtual pedal board and, you know, amps and everything else, signal chain on my iPhone. So things like if I wanted to run the bias effects and ToneX and amplitude, I can do all of that stuff, which is amazing. Or any other, you know, audio plugin. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm also in the Washington, D.C., right outside the Washington, D.C. area, folks. All right, we got to get moving because I got to get through some of these. All right, so we on the Fulltone. All right, here we go with the SansAmp RBI. So that's the SansAmp right there. Let me make sure we don't have this EQ affecting too much. I'm going to reset this dial. And I want to have Still want to have that compression there. Longer attack. I might even add that post. Yeah, that's even better. Let's add that post. And we'll keep that noise gate on there. Yep, just right there. Yeah, you get some nice funky bass tones out of this thing, you know, and that's, you know. Then we got things like the Markbass distortion. So let's go ahead and bring that down. We don't need that much distortion. And the beautiful thing about the ToneX is it models that gain really good of different amps and pedals. So you get that. I can just bring that volume up. So, you know, I definitely will take that in consideration over on Twitch, you know, getting those banners and overlays together and alerts and all that good stuff. And for YouTube as well, because they're starting to add some new features. So, but yeah, that Markbass one is fire. You know, I think a lot of times these modeling have the gain so high, you know, it might sound unusable sometimes. Like, I mean, that's not unusable. So you can get some really beautiful, really beautiful distortions out of one pedal. You just gotta understand that you can raise or lower that gain. And when you raise the gain up, you want to bring the master volume down. When you bring the gain down, you want to raise the master volume up. You know, so it really is just a matter of taste there. Got the Darkglass B7K. Let's see what we can do with this. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to get this. Hopefully that stays a little more stable now. Sorry about that. But just like any of the other ones, you want to get some different characteristics out of it. Now, I don't have any Discord at the moment, but I'll work on that, you know. But yeah, so awesome, another awesome pedal. And this is the great thing about having a ToneX or having ToneX series pedals and software, all that good stuff. You have plenty of options, you know what I'm saying? Like you got everything from amps to stomp boxes. You got all this stuff squeezed into this one. If you got a ToneX one, little tiny pedal that you can just carry with you. Make sure we back up and running. Bow. So now we're moving on to the KHDK Elfson. I am terrible with names. Fallout. Let's see where that's at. One thing I do love about this app, and again, this is my sorry about that. This is my iPhone. If you couldn't tell just now, this is my iPhone. So, you know, it's pretty much you can do this even without the pedal. Like you can just download the Signature Bass Collection, have it for your recording software, your iPhone, your iPad, have your iPad or iPhone running through something like a X-Tone Pro, which gives you foot switches and you can assign them to different things, or just as simple as a ToneX one. Excuse me. You know, ToneX 1 is actually a audio interface as well. And I will also say any audio interface, the portable ones will work. As long as it's good quality, it should be fine. But definitely can get some nice, smooth bass sounds out of this thing. And these are just the pedals. So when you're using it in like a Logic or a main stage or something like that, you can add, you know, you not just have the pedals, you can have the pedals and the amps. You can have this running into a ToneX amp model as well. So, you know, you can combine things. They come with some combinations as well. I'm gonna just try to put all these flat and just run through them because I want to make sure I make it through these in the next 15 to 20 minutes. If you haven't already, hit that like button wherever you are. Subscribe, follow, you know, all that good stuff. I definitely appreciate you hanging out with me, and I definitely appreciate if you hit that sub button so you can subscribe and, you know, keep up with me. Like I said, this is my second live today. Try and do these at least twice a day. Try and go full-time streamer on them. You feel me? So go and help me out with that. And, you know what I'm saying, let's get to it. I'm not sure why this keeps going out like this, but trying to work it out, folks. Shouldn't be going in and out like that. It's like every time I try to put it in performance mode. Just want to make sure you guys have a good stream here. Let me do something. Let me try one more thing. Come on, thing. Oh no. Now I'm not getting no sound. One second, folks. All right, I think we're back, guys. Thanks. Let's see where we at. Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's see what this is. Yep. And of course, naturally, some pedals are louder than others. So this is the same, the KHDK Overson Fallout. Let's do like more of a mid push. Oh, let me fix this. Let me try to get this string together, folks. Maybe, hopefully we get this string together. Appreciate y'all patience and y'all hanging out with me. Means the world to me. Let me see. All right, think we back. All right, cool. So next, Fender Sub-Lime. So yeah, you can add what's going on. Appreciate you chiming in. Appreciate all everybody put where they from. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me. It means the world to me. Y'all have no idea. Make sure you chime in where you're from. And you know, over time, you join the usual suspects, which is all of our crew over here that hangs out, you know what I'm saying, learning about bass effects and getting the latest gear. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Fender Sub-Lime Markbass 2 marker. Bring that gain down. I absolutely love that this is right on your phone. This is my iPhone, guys. So I love how you could just go from the extremes to the extremes with one pedal, just changing the gain, and it really does get it, matches it very nicely. So we got the EHX Bass Blogger. Yeah, well, they got the Darkglass on here as well. They got a few Darkglass models. I'll scroll down. I'm going to get back to them. It's a Darkglass B7K, and you got a Darkglass X Ultra, and then a Darkglass Vintage Ultra. So you're actually kind of getting like 3 different Darkglass preamps in this pack, you know. And make sure when y'all buy this, y'all put in there, you know what I'm saying? Put in there that the Bass Negus sent you. You know what I'm saying? The Bass Negus, Negus. Make sure you tell them. And, you know, just like any of the other models, so that was a Markbass Soiree or Distortion EHX Big Muff. So and I can tell you that sounds pretty spot on to that pedal. I actually had that pedal at one point. This EHX Big Muff. Well, yeah, there definitely are some great digital. Yeah, there definitely are some great digital fuzzy effects. Trust me. I guarantee if you put these up against the originals, you'd have, with a blind test, you'd have a very difficult time trying to figure out what is the ToneX stuff and what is the original. I guarantee it. And I wouldn't get caught up on digital versus analog. I would just say what works for you and what sounds good and has a good quality and has the qualities that you want. It doesn't matter if it's digital, analog, or anything else. Pro Cat. Well, the Axe FX isn't the end all be all. ToneX actually has the best amp models, the best modeling system in general, in my opinion. So the Axe FX is cool, but ToneX has the best ones to me. So you would have to check it out. You know, you got to check it out, and then if you don't like it, send it back. I don't have a dog in the fight. Trust and believe, I'm not endorsed by any of these companies. So that's one of the beautiful things about watching my channel. You're watching me give you my honest opinions, not what somebody kind of paying me to say, you know? So, you know, and of course you can always adjust the gain if you want less, a little less. Right, a little more. it's definitely worth a try. I can tell you that. And like I said, listen. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you if I didn't think it was worth it. Yes, and just full disclosure for everybody, IK Multimedia, the company that makes ToneX, did send me this, but I am in no way, shape, or form obligated to give them a good review of this pack. And if you've been following my channel, way before they ever sent me this pack, I've been creating my own packs for ToneX stuff, and I absolutely love the way the modeling works. It sounds exactly like my pedals, and if you were to check out my pedal board, I don't even carry none of my analog preamps. I have the Ampeg SGT. I got the JHS Colorbox V2, which I'm talking through. I also have Aguilar AG preamp and Eden WTDI. I got the Gensler Magellan, Gens Band Shuttle 9.0, Markbass Little Mark III, Harkey TX600, you know, TC Electronic BH500, the original. I got all that. And I still model it all, put it in my ToneX, and it sounds the same. And if you close your eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's one of the things I love about the ToneX series stuff. All right, so that's that. Let's skip. I'm gonna go to the actual different preamps instead of going through every preset. So here's the Tech 21. But yeah, so that is the Tech 21 YYZ. The Markbass BK7K. B7K, excuse me. So, yeah. Are you guys getting a few clicks in there? Let me know if you're getting a few clicks in there. I know how to fix it. I just have to, excuse me. I would have to stop the stream to do it. But let me see. Let me check for y'all. Okay. All right. I'm just going to continue because we only got a few more anyway. We also have the Darkglass X Ultra. That's spot on to the Darkglass stuff. I'm trying to tell you. The vintage pedal clean. So, yeah, you get. I prefer my favorite out of the Darkglass ones is that Darkglass X Ultra. That's right, it's dirty. You can just get so dirty with that Darkglass, with this Darkglass joint right here. And of course, you can always shape that. You can come over here. You can EQ that if, say, you wanted more bottom. You can always come and do that. Or if you wanted more mid, you know, you can come and do that. Say you wanted less presence, the higher frequencies. That's dirty. Oh, that's real dirt right there. And you can still mix it in your dry signal. So, you know, pretty much if you wanted to add more sub frequencies, so the amazing thing about the ToneX series pedals is in software, especially with the signature bass series, is you get all these different distortion pedals, stomps, in addition to getting the full amp and amp head and cabinet modeled. You also get the amps modeled, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking about a lot of the vintage classic amps like, excuse me, an Ampeg SVT, B15, you know, Orange AD200, It's like 3 Markbass amps or something like that, 2 or 3 Markbass amps, 2 or 3 Gallion Kruger amps in there. You also, when you're using this in the computer and on the pedal, it it has chorus and delay in addition to what you see here. So right now you're looking at noise gate, compressor, reverb, and then pretty much EQ. But it also has the modulations and delays as well. So great little unit, great pack in general. If you get it from IK Multimedia, put it in the notes or something in there, that the Bass Negus sent you. And what I'm saying, just in general, check out the ToneX series pedal. And if you're gonna get the ToneX pedal, get the ToneX Signature Bass Collection pedal. It's gonna come with 4 pieces of software. In addition to that, into the amp models it's gonna give you, it's also gonna give you what is that? SVX1 and XVX2. So it's going to give you all the classic Ampeg amps modeled extensively on there as well for amplitude. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you use amplitude, you're going to be able to really move the mic around and all this extra stuff. So, yeah, I appreciate you over on Kick, chiming in, stopping by. I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys over on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are. Hit that like button because I definitely need you to. So, that's all I'm going to do with this for now. And this, again, was on my iPhone. It sounds even better on the pedal. So once you throw these presets on your pedal, it gets even way better because then you're running at 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. Versus on your phone. On my phone right now, I'm running 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. So a lot more detail, a lot more quality when you throw it on the pedal. And, extremely low latency as well. So I can't recommend the ToneX pedals and software even anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just a great value for what it is. But make sure you check it out. That's all I'm going to do for today. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. If you want any of my presets, my personal preset packs I got 11 of them for the ToneX one and ToneX series pedals and software. You can find that on the Patreon, as well as if you want any of my other presets for the Zoom MS-60B Plus, Zoom B6, Zoom MS-70CDR Plus, the Meris Enzo X, the Panda Audio Future Impact V4 VIP, the Source Audio C4 synth. All that stuff is over on the Patreon, as well as if you want to support the channel for $1, $5 a month. Helps me do unbiased pedal reviews and effects reviews like we just did. So you get an honest, honest. That's the thing. I'm not ever going to give you guys some watered down review. Here's a few presets and and then it's all great. Everything's great. Nothing's ever bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them. I'm going to give you the raw truth about this stuff, and I need your help. You know what I'm saying? Because that also leaves me out here on my own when it comes to dealing with these folks. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that hype button. Hit them reactions, you know what I'm saying, before you go, because that definitely helps me out. And follow me on all social media if you want any of my music. allbasscreations.bandcamp, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will catch you guys next time. This has been another episode of All Bass.